discuss these two questions with your partners. 4. Amazing. Guys, any two people, I want one person to share what do you know about respiration and one person to share what do you want to learn.
It is no secret, so our lungs so much become very bad and we will get little.
Okay, great.
I want to learn today that how our lungs help us.
Before we start learning, I have two activities planned. You are going to breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so now I'm breathing in, breathing out, 1. Breathe in, breathe out, 2. Okay, you're going to count how many times you breathe in and breathe out in 1 minute. Okay, time's up. Zufin, how many times did you breathe in, breathe out? 35. And Shoaib, how many times did you breathe in, breathe out? 40. So we breathe in around 30 to 40 times when we are calm. Okay. Now activity number 2. 10 more seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, sit down. Now you are going to count your breathing for 1 minute. Minute. Faizan, how many times did you breathe? 35. And before, how many times did you breathe? 20. Shania? 33 times. And before? 23. When you do some exercise or when you become active, when you jump, jog, run, your breathing increases. So if we had said 30 to 40 was normal breathing, it will become at least 40 to 50. This is a model of a respiratory system I made. Our respiratory system consists of our nose, a pipe that takes the gases inside, 2 lungs, and these small structures inside the lungs. Okay. Who remembers in which body cavity the respiratory system is? We learnt it last year. It starts with T. Julnuren? The thoracic cavity. This part, our chest part is the thoracic cavity. Our lungs are situated over here. Everybody has a nose, right?
Yes.
Can you point to your nose? The air from around with all the gases go inside the nose. Now the nose has a pipe which goes down. Water pipe you have seen. What happens in the pipe? Pipe ke andar kya hota hai? What happens inside the pipe? The water goes from the tank to your house. Yeah, so it transports. Same thing happens with this pipe. Okay, windpipe is the name we learned in 4th standard. In 5th standard, we are going to call it trachea. It splits into 2 parts. One part goes to your left lung, one part goes to your right lung. There is a brownish color pipe, yeah, and then there are 2 white color pipes, 2 splits, white color pipes. Can you see?
Yes.
And then there are 2 balloons. Yeah, so both the balloons are your
Chest.
lungs. Okay, these 2 pipes are called the bronchi. Now when the bronchi go into both your lungs, it becomes smaller and smaller. Okay, it splits into smaller structures. Can you see these grape like things? Can you all see?
Yes.
Okay, these are called alveoli. Alveoli. Now when we breathe in, what are all the gases that are there in the air? Tabish, loudly. Nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, lots of gases. Now when they are inside the lungs, the body does not need all the gases. Okay, it needs only oxygen. So what the alveoli do is, it takes out all the oxygen from the air. What happens in the strainer? T goes inside and what remains out? The tea leaves. Tea leaves. Tea leaves remain out. So the alveoli is exactly like that. It takes only what the body wants and it keeps out the things that are not wanted. Okay, it's like a filter. So next to the alveoli, there are lots of blood vessels. So the alveoli cleans the air. Oxygen, it passes to the blood vessel. Blood ke pipe mein it puts it, and the carbon dioxide, it sends it back. Sends it back through the same trachea and back outside the nose. Where are the alveoli? Inside of the lungs. So the lungs protect the entire respiratory system. The main job of the lungs is to keep the alveoli safe. On your slates, can you write the 4 main parts of the respiratory system? It's okay if spellings are not right. It's the first time you all are learning some of the names. Okay, slates down. Great. Most people got it right. Many of you all forgot to write the nose. Will there be any way by which air is going inside? No. No nose, no air. Okay, you will be suffocating. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. The lungs expand and they become small. They expand and they become small. Now, there is one more organ. Touch your chest. Can you feel 2 hard bones over here? Yeah, this is where behind these bones is where your lungs are. Okay? Touch over a little below your stomach. Yeah? Can you feel like one hard bone there? Which goes little up here and comes little down here? Yeah? That is your rib cage. Right in the middle, touch the bone. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. What is happening when you breathe in? It is going up. And when you breathe out, it is coming down. Amazing. It's not a bone exactly, it is a muscle. It is called diaphragm. If there was no diaphragm, no, our lungs would be roaming wherever they wanted to roam. Okay, they might have reached our knees and toes and all. So the diaphragm helps us to keep the lungs over there. It keeps it safe. Okay, our lungs are very important organs and very delicate organs. So the diaphragm, when you breathe in, it moves up. When you breathe out, it moves down. So when you breathing in is called inhaling. And when you breathe out, it is called exhale. Everyone is clear what is the role of the diaphragm? Yes. Okay. Now I am going to do a small quiz. Okay, on your slates. I will say the function of the body organ. You are going to write the name of the organ. The organ that takes in the air. Awesome. I can see almost everyone has got it right. One person got it wrong. Waiting for 2 people to show me. Great. The organs in which the filters are located. Okay, great. 80% of the class got it right. Some of you were confused. What if the trachea says, I am not working today. I don't want to take in any air. I am going to sit quietly. The air that we breathe will stop. As we have studied yesterday also, our friends are important, our family is important. Similarly, all our respiratory organs, every single thing, the smallest of the smallest organ is very important for our systems to function properly. In that envelope, there are different parts of the respiratory system. You know what comes first, what comes second, what comes where. You are going to stick it on the paper and I am going to give you a post-it. You are going to write the name of the organ and its function, what role it plays, and stick it next to the organ. Clear? Yes. Each table is going to do one poster. I can see Varsha and Shafika done. They have started writing the names and functions. I can see Atul has drawn the nose also. Good job, Atul. Correct. 8, 7, 6. Did you all have fun while doing this activity? Did you all understand what you all were doing? Close your eyes. Take 2 minutes. Remember what is the organ through which the air goes in? The nose. Then there is a pipe which takes the air to our lungs. In our lungs, there are some structures that look like small grapes. They act as filters and they clean the air. They keep the oxygen, they send out the carbon dioxide. There is another organ that is called the diaphragm that we touched and we felt. When we breathe in or when we inhale air, the diaphragm moves downwards. When we exhale, when we breathe out, the diaphragm moves upwards. We've learned about the respiratory system. We've learned the different functions, the different organs and what they do. You remember everything clearly. And now you are going to be able to fill in this sheet with confidence without being afraid. Please make sure you are doing this work by yourself. It's okay. Try and guess. Break the word and write the spelling. Question number 2. Many of you are confused. It's very simple. What happens to your diaphragm when you inhale and what happens to it when you exhale? If you don't remember, just touch over here and see. Breathe in, what happens? Breathe out, what happens? And write that. Waiting for 2 teams and 1 person from Mother Teresa. Thank you, Malala. Thank you, Bhagat Singh. When we were sitting calmly and breathing, we were breathing for less time, right? When we jogged, when we did some activity, we started breathing faster and we took more breaths. Okay? Can you name some other activities that we do where our breathing increases? When we jump, when we jog, when we run. Okay, when we do all these activities, what happens is our lungs are under pressure. So the lungs start working fast, hyper. They become hyper, they start working fast. Okay, that is why our breathing increases. What do you think happens when people smoke?
When people smoke cigarette, the cigarette goes in their mouth and their air goes in their lungs. Their lungs become red and they breathe that.
So there is hot, harmful air that is going inside. What do you think is going to happen to your trachea? Our trachea will get spoiled. What do you think is going to happen to your alveoli? Will it be able to keep oxygen and send out carbon dioxide? So guys, these are questions I want you to think about. We'll learn what happens in our next class, okay? And please revise what we have done today, okay?